Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the real United States and welcome to the 2015 Last Fling Pumpkin Sling. Now this is part of a sport that we have here in the United States called pumpkin chunkin. And the object is to go ahead and build a machine that will throw a pumpkin from about 2 to 5 pounds as far as you possibly can. Now at this particular event, we're at the Pocono Raceway in Long Pond, Pennsylvania. And this is all trebuchets and catapults. And there's some slingshots here, but most of the competitors are shooting with trebuchets and there's a few catapults. Now, some of these are only throwing at a few feet, but some of them are throwing at 1,000 or 2,000 or more feet, depending on the size and the capacity of the trebuchet in this case. And this is sanctioned by an actual licensing body. So it seems kind of a silly sport, I suppose, but it's something that people like to do in the fall, to come out and to celebrate the fall holidays and to see how far they can whip a pumpkin. It's kind of fun. Now we had expected a lot more people to be here today, but the weather turned quite cold. It was like 80 yesterday and it's in the 50s today. So that might have slowed a few people down, I don't know. But we've got this beautiful big field and we're going to show you some of the scenes of some of the equipment firing. Now it's kind of hard to track a pumpkin that's only about this big around as it flies downfield, but we're going to do the best we can. And they've got it marked off here. They've got a hay bale and they've got signs every 100 feet out to about 600 feet. And only a couple of the competitors are actually getting out in the 1,000+ range. And they've made their test shots, which we're going to show you. And everybody seems to be having a good time. But this is yeah, this is one of those kind of weird American pastimes, is pumpkin chunkin. So we're going to show you what the competitors have to offer. And here's the best of luck to everybody. Now, a good deal of design and engineering goes into these trebuchets and these catapults, and they try to calculate the way that the machine will toss the pumpkin to its absolute maximum distance. Now, that has to do with the length of the arm and the distance that the weights are from the other end of the cantilever, how much weight is on there. And some of these are pretty clever designs. They have a floating arm trebuchets, they have classic trebuchets, they have short arm trebuchets, they've got some catapults, they've got some torsion spring kind of devices, and everybody has come up with their own idea on what's going to work for them. So a lot of thought and design has gone in to all these machines for pumpkin chunkin. And I suppose in a way that's good. It forces people to use some math and some science in their hobbies and in their sports. So it's kind of a cool thing in that respect. And it's a beautiful fall day. The colors are starting to turn. I don't know if you can really see here in the background or not, but here in central Pennsylvania, the colors are starting to turn. It's a beautiful, beautiful sunny fall day. Absolutely not a cloud in the sky. There is quite a bit of noise pollution because, as I said, we're right next to the Pocono Raceway. And believe it or not, on this Saturday morning, they are out running cars. I don't think that it's an actual competition. I think that people are actually just out practicing on the racetrack. But it does cause for a lot of noise pollution. We have an announcer behind us who's trying to interview people. So it's been kind of challenging for us to actually shoot today. But hopefully we're going to be able to catch enough of this material. And I'm going to try and put in some shots here to slow this down, maybe do some slow-mo to show you these machines in operation. Now, as I had said, they've also got some slingshots here that are actually set up where you can participate, and for $1 a pumpkin you can buy some of these small pumpkins. You can come over here and you can fire them out of a huge slingshot. Something fun for everybody that's here just as a spectator to participate in, try their hand at pumpkin chunkin. And unfortunately this year, the Grand National, or the big event in pumpkin chunkin, which is normally held in Dover, Delaware, has been canceled for the second year in a row, and this was because of some logistics problems with getting insurance for the event and things like that. So this is probably going to be one of the last pumpkin chunkin events here in the United States for this year in 2015. So I'm glad we got to make it here and to see it. I hope you've enjoyed your visit to Pocono Raceway here in Long Pond, Pennsylvania, and that you've enjoyed this pumpkin chunkin event here in the United States. We encourage you to pick subscribe and come along for the adventure if you haven't done so already. If you got questions or comments, leave them in the comments section below. I love hearing from all of you. I try to get back to everybody I can. And as always, thank you for watching.